another week to the Lucky Hit podcast. Yeah. Today. Lucky Hit podcast today. And I want to know.
What do you want to know?
I don't know. Go. Every week we
I'm very glad you could join us today for the podcast. Yay.
That's a start.
And I want to go down to the shops to buy myself
really
some
got
flip-flops.
Can you hear
Wow,
this?
that keyboard sound.
Yeah, I was about to say, can you hear it dying? Is it...
Yeah. Isn't the light like fading off as well? Oh my god! I'm dying!
At this
Lock
point,
me in!
at this point, it's telling Del Boy like how he should look after Rodney.
I was gonna say when the battery fades, does the Casio logo like get sense blocked out?
Oh,
and,
God.
all the keys start to
Oh, yeah.
fade very slowly.
The little red light that signifies that it's on
Yeah.
is like gone.
It is actually really, really dim. I'm going to turn it right up and see how long that lasts.
Oh my god!
Ooh. Welcome back to the Lucky Hit podcast. We're barely alive.
A bit like our view count.
I want to know why aren't you watching?
14 views, all of them me editing the description properly.
I guess I just answered my own question.
Nobody's fucking watching us.
Oh, that sounds like a keyboard running through a console that's running through a handheld. Oh.
It sounds like one of those, like, you know those birthday cards you get where you open
Oh
it up?
god!
They're dying.
Happy birthday.
Sorry,
Say happy birthday.
I don't know it. I actually don't know Happy Birthday.
Yeah.
I can't really remember it.
Oh!
It does it all. Fucking hell. Oh man, you know what that sounds like? I got the Jet Set Radio original soundtrack in the week, and on the disc it actually had a video of Jet Set Radio, and it was a tiny little box video, and it sounded like that.
Ooh.
It was Jet Set Radio music that sounded like that. It was really rough.
Ah.
Wow.
We'll keep that in prosperity and then play that to you when your birthday's coming up.
Oh yeah, that's next week.
It's Flattheyounger's birthday next week. Sorry, can I just come to the Lucky Hit podcast?
That is so bad.
I'd come up with a theme song, but I can't. Be
What would the jelly sound like while it's like this? Or would it not
You
even?
can never find it.
I did actually find it, but I won't again. Yeah, I'm not gonna find it again.
What about that? Brr, 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 brr,
Yeah.
brr? What does that sound like now?
We are
That'd be
literally
amazing.
just dicking around with the keyboard now. That is what this podcast has come to.
Oh my god. Oh wow, that last one was good.
There's
Hey.
the jelly sound.
Yay, we found a jelly sound. I love that. Yeah, maybe we should introduce the podcast.
Maybe we should. Can I just, while it's dying, can I just try a classic?
The classic.
It sounds like when your Nez is dying. Oh wow. Can't remember it. Right. Wow.
It does actually sound like it's coming out of some old handle.
I'm just trying to finish the battery now. Hang on, what about Goldeneye? I'm trying. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to finish it off so we never have this distraction again.
Just throw it out the window.
Yeah, until we find the plug. Or I go out and buy some more.
Oh, it's coming back again. Yeah, that's probably what Golden Axe sounded like on the Wonder Swan. Because there was actually a Wonder Swan port.
Oh, wow.
And most Wonder Swan games have really bad sound.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Ghouls and Ghosts on it?
No.
My god, that had rough sound. It actually sounded like that keyboard.
Okay, look, welcome to Lucky Hit, the weekly playing with a keyboard podcast.
2 hours of this, folks.
That'll fuck the battery. That's not even playing half the notes. How is it still going?
By sounding like shit, that's how it's still going.
It's even surviving prog. I think my PlayStation disc is a bit knackered. Did I ever tell you that I once played? I'm going to get on with the intro now. Did I ever tell you that I once managed
Welcome,
to
by the way.
Yeah. For fuck's sake.
Just talking.
I can't because I always love watching this being played. It's very impressive.
It's a shame you can't see it, really. Being near it. Kind of.
Yeah, PlayStation disc is knackered. Yeah, sorry, did I ever tell you that I once got a copy of Theme Park on the game? Sorry, on the PlayStation 1.
Oh yeah.
I got it to work when the disc was snapped. I just thought, fuck me.
Just talk anyway.
Up the arse,
Yeah.
right? I got the disc. I got a copy of Theme Park. Ah! Oh!
2 hours of a broken keyboard, a flat keyboard.
Seriously, how much longer has it got?
What does it do when it finally dies? It just
Right. Anyway, I got Theme Park on the PlayStation 1. I've got the copy of it to work when the disc was snapped. I sellotaped it back together and it worked.
How did that work?
It barely worked, but it did work. It let me actually play the game. The disc was snapped.
I would have thought just putting sellotape on the bottom of the CD
No, it was on the top.
would not work. Oh, right.
Yeah. See,
That is really weird.
Oh, that's cool.
it didn't work for very long, but the fact
No,
that I actually got to play it and it actually
And
worked.
the fact that it
Just
didn't
scratch
just
it.
destroy your PlayStation. Yeah. By smashing everywhere inside the drive.
What I did right was I got some no-more nails and I just stopped the disc. It was very strange. Okay, welcome to the Lucky Hit podcast.
Hey.
Is this episode 33 or 4?
Free.
3, right. Sorry. Stop it. I am Murray Curry and I am joined by...
Gagaman.
Every week!
We should just plan beforehand who's going to say it next.
God!
It's always like, Murray Curry? Who wants to go? Do you want to go? No, you go first. No, you go first. No, you go first. No, you go first. Aaron.
I'm Murray Curry and I'm joined by Gagaman.
I'm joined by... Right.
Yeah. Well, you know who we are.
Just the three of us today.
All three of us that listen to this. And listen to ourselves.
Just three of us today. Flattheyounger, Gagaman, and Murray Curry. And we're going to have a track from instruments that work. And then we're going to crack on with another fantastic episode. How long was that, by the way? On the
10 minutes.
10 minutes of a broken keyboard. And oh, fuck me. That was Castlevania. That's well, obviously Castlevania. It's the song I picked. Fucking hell. I will. I'll pick something different next week. I nearly said better. There's nothing better than that. But that was from Castlevania 2, Belmont's Revenge on the Game Boy. Which is right up there as one of my favourites. There's a couple of Game Boy games that for me are just the best of like the best of that particular series. Like for me, Metroid 2 on the Game Boy is actually one of my favourites.
Yeah,
absolutely adore that game. And Castlevania 2 is right up there as one of my top Castlevania games. Right up there. As well as Double Dragon 2 on the Game Boy, that was also incredible.
Yeah, it's not Neon though, is it?
No, it's not quite Neon.
Have you ever played Double Dragon Advance? That's supposed to be really good.
I did. I didn't really get on with it though. I was a bit shit at it.
Oh, okay.
It was alright, but it was just like the first game.
People say it was really good. But
oh right. Well, basically the problem is just like the first game, it's quite broken with certain enemies that are just really cheap. Like funny enough, the Abobos, they are ridiculous. Later on, you get like the weird green versions later, and they just trap you in a corner and anal you.
They anal you.
I've been analled. So that was Praying Hands, that song from Castlevania 2 on the Game Boy, and what a track!
What a track!
Track. Mate, it's a tune. It's one of the hardest. One of the hardest riffs I've ever learnt on the keyboard. It really is ridiculous.
He's gonna play it on the keyboard.
Which doesn't sound quite so bad now for some reason. So I'm alright now. Actually, I'm not dying.
I got it wrong.
It's getting there.
Oh yeah.
That happened fast.
Oh, okay, it's gone rough again. Just die already.
Horrific. Oh, forget it.
you just have a show off that you could do a riff and then it just goes.
My Game Boy ran out of batteries. My Casio Game Boy. Okay, so let's get this back on track.
Praying Hands. Do you notice how pretty much all Castlevania songs are all like something. It's like praying
a word
hands.
and then another word.
Yeah, it's like praying hands, bloody tears, lost painting, ham sandwich.
Iron blue intention.
That doesn't really work.
Well, that is one of them.
It wouldn't work, but it is one.
Doesn't work, but it
It's
has.
not part of the formula, Tom.
Alright, Wicked Child.
There we go, yeah. Tell you what you should do, Tom. You should list off some and see if me and Aaron can guess whether they're actual genuine songs or not.
That's a good idea.
That's a really good idea.
No, let's derail for a little while and let's play guess the tune. Okay, right. So here we go.
That's definitely a real one.
Shut up. Sinking Old Sanctuary.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think that one. I don't know actually.
What's the consensus?
Yeah, I guess so. It could be.
Well, I wanted this to be like a lightning round, so it's like one of us says yes or no, and Tom just
okay, you say no?
Yeah, I'll go with no.
Right, Phil, you're correct. It is actually a song. Oh, this is difficult.
Because you've got to make shit up as well.
Yeah, I know.
Slightly frayed wallpaper.
Yes.
Cool, it's a classic.
Resurrection scene.
Yeah, it's
a Yamani classic, that is.
Okay, cool. I've got to think.
It's from Castlevania and the Brillo Pad.
Brillo Pad. Old. Oh fucking hell! Is it?
Old Grey was
the problem is, the more time you take to think of it, we know it's going to be a fake one.
Okay, how about old? I think it's Old Magic Tome.
I think it's.
I'm
going to say.
I don't think.
I think that was obvious that because I had to go. I think it's. Yeah, no, that is a real song. It's called like Old Tome, Spell Tome, or something like that. I'm trying to think of the ones that have just weird names, basically. Yeah. Okay. Okay. What about Mechanical Resonance?
Yes.
That's definitely got to be one.
It's from Sonic Adventure, so you're wrong.
Oh wow, really?
I thought Aaron would have known that.
I don't really go by the names. I just go by what level they're in. Wait, what was that?
It's another real name.
Mechanical Resonance. It's the final egg.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course it is. Yeah. Oh, that was clever.
I like this round. I think this is cool. Okay, I'm still thinking.
Do we win a partridge?
What?
Well, it's a bit like a shooting stars round, isn't it? So I imagine we win a partridge.
Partridge, yeah.
Part fart, part partridge.
Oh, shooting stars episodes. March of the Holy Man.
Yeah.
Probably.
The holy man being Richter.
Richter Belmont, yeah, that's
Yeah.
stupid name that is. Mossy Sanctuary.
Yes.
That sounds like a Sonic zone now.
Yeah.
Mossy Sanctuary Zone.
Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
No, I made that one up. Yeah.
Mossy.
I haven't been keeping track of the schools, by the way.
I don't think anyone really cares anymore.
Alright, last one. Cathedral City.
No,
that is from Sonic 4, I think. Oh no, I'm thinking of what was it called?
It's cheese!
What?
It's good old mature English cheddar that I buy on the weekend.
I was thinking of oh fucking hell. I was thinking because there is a Sonic 4 song that's like named after Castlevania. It's like what was it? Castle, wasn't it?
Oh, wasn't it just called Transylvania Castle?
Oh,
No. It was
Sylvania.
Sylvania Castle. That was
Sylvania Castle.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking of. Oh, fucking cheese.
Pilgrim's Choice.
That does sound like a Castlevania tune.
Yeah, I think maybe they just like make up cheese brands and then use them as the song titles.
Well, yeah,
that was really good.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I will. Do you know what? I'm going to do some research and I'm going to try and come back with this next week with like a really good written version. So it's 50% dead air and me going,
Processing ideas to make up.
Dairy Lee Zone.
Cinnamon Grahams.
Yeah. Okay. So
Fucking love cinnamon grahams.
so
You can send us some free boxes if you want.
They're called Curiously Cinnamon now for some reason.
And they have like
I'm curious.
they have like the cinnamon squares licking each other in the arse on the box or something. It's really weird.
Are you thinking of Marwam?
No.
That weird green
Marwam,
character
yeah,
that fucks fruit.
Yeah. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
Marwam's like this weird little horrible tasting.
Have you ever seen my artwork of that? I did a piss take artwork
you?
of that. Yeah, it was actually.
Oh my god!
You never saw that?
I think we should put a
in a
link
minute
in the
we're going to
description.
pause. Does anyone know what Marwam's? Yeah, sorry, not us. We all know, but yeah, like the listeners.
Does anyone listening?
Is there anyone out there?
All us of
Is
us.
he wizard? That's it. So yeah, these weird little fruits. I think they're European, aren't they? Or,
Yeah.
And they're like these little fruit. Sorry, not fruits. The little fruit chewy sweets, and they're really horrible. But on the front, the designers are just taking the piss, aren't they? Because they're basically really obvious sexual positions of fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's this little green character, this nondescript green character, and he's just having sex with fruit.
He has like orgies on some of them.
Yeah.
It's like a two cherries
a
coming
pair of
on.
cherries, one of them sucking them off, and the other one's just like, I don't know, waiting his turn.
Honestly though, it gets to the point where I don't even know how they do it, because the one that always sticks in my mind, he's probably got the hand on the head and everything.
Yep.
He's got
Hand on the back of the
satisfied
head.
little look, and he's like,
He's laying back.
Yeah.
He's laying back. He's got his
I know
hand
it.
on the back of the fruit's head, and he's got
Don't
a
do
really
the
satisfied look on his
don't do
face.
the hand motions, Phil.
Do you think we should get on with the news?
Yeah, I
then?
think that's a good idea actually.
This is
If I'm being
the
quite
news.
honestly, frankly,
Bing
truthfully
bong,
with
bing
you.
Yeah. Not a lot of news again, but most of it's actually Xbone related, or just like Xbox in general.
Yeah, I've been hearing the recent stuff, but go on.
Yeah.
Did they recently find a bunch of original Xboxes in like Nevada
There
or
is a big
somewhere?
hole in the middle of the desert. Next to copies of Sonic 06.
Yeah.
No, they were all burnt.
Yeah, they didn't dare bury them. They didn't want to insult the worms. Worms in the desert.
They didn't want future
They didn't want the worms from
uncover
Dune to like have to put up with.
What the fuck are you on about?
So
Anyway,
Microsoft are kind of becoming like the politicians of gaming with all their backpedaling. And, more backpedaling from Microsoft. They're going to be releasing a bundle in June of the Xbox One without the Kinect.
I reckon they could go uphill with all that backpedaling. Yeah, I heard about that. So
it's going to be 350 quid instead of, I think they're like just under 400s now, because they were like 420 or 430 when they first came out. Then they price dropped it, and now they're just like doing a bundle without the Kinect because, backpedaling. And I think really the straw that probably broke the camel's back was the fact that Kinect Sports Rivals, which not long came out, actually just really flopped. So that probably didn't help. And they were really like pushing. They were really pushing the Kinect, weren't they? Like as being essential to.
Have you seen the adverts for it? The really pretentious adverts. Like this one's where it's like engineers are using it to like do really complex like mechanical procedures. Have you not seen that advert?
I swear there was one that someone did like surgery.
Yeah.
It's
like
this is how precise it is. Now here's a bunch of games that barely work.
Now here's someone trying to order a pizza on because there's like a Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Is it actually like
it's really work stuff's weird.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
actually wouldn't mind seeing them trying to do like a new Seaman from the Dreamcast on that and see how well it works. Because that's not.
I want
very responsive.
pepperoni. Anchovies. No, I said pepperoni.
Pepper and ronies, okay.
Ronies. I want extra ronies on my za. Ronies and shrooms on my za, man.
I'm so cool I don't even start my words.
I'll have
Then you tend to get that scene from Wayne's World.
yeah. And then the Kinect obviously gets it all wrong.
So
basically that. I don't really know what other games have been made for the Kinect, but I know Harmonix are doing that Fantasia game, aren't they? That's kind of like sort of vaguely based on the film, but not really because it's got a lot of modern songs in it as well, which is weird. But it actually doesn't look like a terrible game by any means, but
I reckon the Kinect will end up just like being a karaoke machine one day.
Well, there is that karaoke app for the Wii U, isn't there? That karaoke thing you can get. But
as long as I get to sing Spandau Ballet while pissed out of my head, I don't really mind.
What I love about the Wii U is
why do I find it hard to sing the next line?
during
I've had too much vodka and lime.
So what I love about the Wii U with their like sort of their mini game stuff is how they do things that make you look like right prats. Like I was playing the F-Zero one on the
Nintendo
Land, and I didn't realise until like quite far in that it was filming my face. So for half of me, just and then I look up and see me, and then I start going, ooh, game face.
What they're not telling you is not only are they recording your face, they're uploading it instantly to YouTube, like anonymously.
Under the tag. What?
Look at this code.
.nintendo.com.
Family friendly.
All the executives at Nintendo just have this like live streamed thing. They're just like, oh, look at this account.
Somehow I knew you were going to do a Japanese voice.
Oh, I have to do the offensive.
Look who at this company.
Bushy.
We started to sound like Steam Train now. They're also going to be in the same month. They're also going to start doing games for gold on the Xbox One. So you'll be getting, if you're on Xbox, you'll be getting 2 games on Xbox 360 and.
Do you think they'll get Philip Schofield to do the advert?
The ones for the Xbone are going to be some Halo thing. I think it's like a strategy.
Do you think they'll get Philip Schofield to do the advert?
Basically 2 games that they can't get anyone to buy. I think.
Games for gold.
And they also mentioned what June's Xbox 360 games for gold are going to be, and they're actually going to do free free games. And, one of them is Dark Souls.
Yeah, I'm grabbing that.
Yeah, anytime I've ever seen anyone play Dark Souls, I thought, Tom's got to like that. I thought that
Yeah,
was
that is
right
up my alley, yeah.
I think the second one was Charlie Murder. I don't actually.
Oh,
know.
that was a summer.
I don't actually know what that is.
That was a Summer of Arcade game just before Flashback, I believe, and it looked really
Oh,
shite.
actually, yeah, I think I may have seen something of it. It was like some weird 2D Streets of Rage style game, but weird graphics or something.
It might be alright, but I thought it looked a bit wank.
And the third one is actually Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition.
That's pretty good.
That is actually quite good.
I'd get that if I had an Xbox hard drive and Xbox Gold. My Xbox is really like I've just abandoned it like months ago.
Yeah, it's been. I haven't bothered resubscribing to PlayStation Plus lately, mainly because like they put so many games on there, and I don't have time to play.
No, but I mean, I've literally not even turned on my Xbox for like months.
No, I must admit, my
Sat in the corner of my room.
I must admit, I haven't been using my PS3 much lately either. I've been mainly playing
That's a shame.
my PC and my Metroid.
My Xbox has been treating me quite well actually, because I've got.
Apart from all the crashing when you're trying to play Skyrim.
Oh, I've now got that achievement. I don't have to bother anymore.
What, the 1 million crashes achievement?
Yeah, I got it at last.
Yeah.
Didn't take that long actually.
Blimey, yeah.
About half an hour on Skyrim.
Yeah. But you know, I got Deadlight and Dust recently. So
Yeah,
I'm
those are good
chuffed. I've got them
Yeah,
both
so-
free. I both wanted them at the time they came out.
The other thing they're doing with the gold subscription is, you know, for the longest time they've had it so you have to have a gold account just to use all the like streaming services.
Yeah,
like
which is really annoying.
Netflix, Amazon, 4OD, and BBC Player and all that. You actually have to pay.
Yeah, you have to pay for
things.
Netflix, and then you have to pay for Gold to use
Yeah.
the Netflix that you already paid for.
Yeah, apparently that's another thing they're backpedaling on. They're now doing did a little motion.
It was a bit late, isn't it?
Yeah, now they're doing it so yeah, you don't have to have gold to use all that stuff, which they should have done in the first place. But yeah.
And they're bringing back Microsoft points. No, they're not.
Yeah.
You gotta pay real money.
And they're going to re-release Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, but without all the building bollocks. It's just
Without
an
the nuts and
actual
bolts.
platformer. that was
Yeah, so they're literally taking out the nuts and bolts, so it's just going to be Banjo-Kazooie.
what people actually wanted in the first place, just a big Banjo-Kazooie. But yeah.
Did you hear that? Obviously they made Banjo 2E, didn't they?
Yeah.
They actually wanted to make Banjo 3E.
3E.
Yeah, that's actually what they were going to call it.
3E.
Banjo 3E.
It's one step beyond 3D. Another thing about Games for Gold is, I don't know if this applies to the 360 version, but for the Xbone version, you're going to have to, as far as I know, apparently on the 360, if you've got gold, you download a couple games and then you get rid of gold, you keep the games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, apparently on the Xbox One, that's not going to be the case. You have to stay subscribed to keep playing them. So they basically want you to stick on.
Games
so
for Gold, 3 games as long as you keep paying for
Basically, that's just turned Games for Gold into PlayStation Plus, because that's exactly how that.
No,
works
it's turned
as
it into a fucking Blockbuster. You get to rent the games.
Yeah, that is. You know,
well, that is kind of I mean, to be fair, that is kind of what's replaced rental now, isn't it? Like subscription-based stuff. So, like with films, so I guess they're doing that with games as well. But yeah, they've basically just made it like Plus now, because that's exactly how that works. As soon as you, they do say that, but funnily enough, because they on PlayStation Plus, they usually give you 1 or 2 like big retail games a month. But then they also give you a couple indie games. What I found is when mine run out, all the indie games still work.
Okay.
But all the retail ones, like the big games, like Far Cry and all that kind of stuff, they're all like.
So in other words, the good games still work.
Yeah, the games that I actually have time to play because they're not 60 hours long.
And the overhyped shiny shit games are not.
Yeah, more or less.
I've actually really sort of.
Like
I don't bother with new games anymore. I think the last new game I bought was I wasted 45 quid on Dragonball Z Heads or Tails. And Ultimate Tenkaichi.
Oh god! Right.
Anyone who's played it extensively will.
You're
like, I'm winning this punch clash. I'm doing good here, and then look, heads or tails. Oh, I lost. Oh, now I'm getting punched, and there's nothing I can do about it. Oh, another clash. Oh, I lost again.
So it's random.
Yeah,
it's random, but you'll notice that.
Was that a 360?
Yeah. But you'll notice that as random 50-50 chance as it's supposed to be, whenever there's a boss, you will never get the heads or tails right. Oh, I'm trying to beat Piccolo. Oh, he won the clash again, did he? Fucking stupid. If you want to make a hard game, then you make it a hard game. Don't make it so that you can't win heads or fucking tails.
Heads or tails, both sides of the coin are heads.
Yeah. Yeah, it lands on its side, so you lose.
well, I'm going to pick tails then. No, now both sides of the coin are the other. Yeah, that's basically all I can find for that. That's
the reason that.
Well, there's one other little bit of news. There was barely anything. It was all mainly people talking about Xbox this week because of all this stuff. Because a lot of people are going, oh, now I have to get an Xbox. It's like, do you really have to get an Xbox One now? It has no Kinect and it's slightly cheaper.
For $300, I could buy a little guitar or something. Dollars? I could buy a little guitar or something and, do something useful. Or I could
and then plug it into your 360 for that rock thing.
Yeah, or I could buy 3 360s.
And stack them on top of each other.
What's that?
Duct tape them.
What's that? 1080? Yeah, so
you finally actually get 1080p out of a game by having freedom touch to get. Oh, that's the other thing everyone went shut up about this week. Like stuff like Watch Dogs and stuff being not technically 1080p. They were like 900p or something. So,
isn't that £9?
yeah. Watch Dogs is only 900p.
What is that?
I don't know. It's just like because they're trying to push the graphics that they don't actually go full resolution, and it varies between the Xbox One and the PS4. So it's a lot of the time it seems to be the Xbox One is slightly lower resolution than the PS4 version.
Yeah.
But it's never really by much. I mean, 1080 and 900. There isn't a lot in it.
No.
So I don't know.
I saw two examples of memes being used in things you wouldn't expect. I saw there was like a recruitment newspaper specifically for jobs, and it was a education one, and it just said on the front over 9,000 jobs available. And other than that, I saw on it's a government website, and it was explaining just like it was a little PDF on like web developers' rules that they would have to read. And it literally said like for using examples of fractions, use commas, i.e. there were over 9,000.
Are you sure they're deliberately referencing it, or is it just a bunch of weird coincidences?
Yeah, it is a weird coincidence.
You just seem to look at random things and they just so happen to have over 9,000 somewhere in them.
It's just
they just so happen to talk about scouters as well. And
I'll just buy this microwave all-course meal. Oh, over 9,000 calories.
Jesus.
9,000 calories.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah. Good thing they were half price because I bought 2.
What happened to Phil? He died.
What happened to Phil? He ate one of those rustlers.
The only other little bit of news I've got is, we were talking last week about that same-sex marriage nonsense in Tomodachi Life. Well, funnily enough, we were saying that The Sims has always had that.
Yeah.
Well, apparently. I don't know, you'd have to ask Kat because she plays them. But
they're all sitting over there.
Apparently, The Sims 4 has been rated an 18+ in Russia because of the same-sex relationship.
Oh, fucking hell. I wouldn't be surprised if the Russians demanded it was taken out. They didn't.
Did you hear?
They just made sure it was an 18+.
Did you hear what Putin said to about the Olympics?
Oh yeah.
They were like there was some gay Olympians or whatever.
Yeah, he said you're welcome in our country
as long as you stay away from the kids.
It's like, what? Sorry, but paedophiles.
Apparently, there's a
paedophiles, homosexuals.
Yeah, apparently there's a direct correlation between the two. If he likes men's bum holes, then he probably likes boys' bum holes.
Yeah, but I haven't even told you how what their justification for this was, how they described it. Well, apparently they made it an 18+ to protect minors from propaganda of non-traditional sexual relationships.
Well, there you go.
Propaganda.
There we go again.
I think the propaganda is taking away the personal choice. To be like, I'm playing as a bloke, maybe I want to marry the bloke character. No!
Exactly. But yeah, the fact is, like they said, oh, we'll make it an 18 plus or we'll ban it. And EA have just said, well, just make it an 18 plus. We're not going to take out the stuff.
Yeah.
You know, we're not going to, if it's got to be an 18 plus stuff. So
that's
something in Russia though, isn't it?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's only Russia. It's not like
I think they should have just refused. So it's EA, they're not going to miss money, are they?
You can't really refuse Russia at this point in time, though, can you? You can't really refuse them anything.
That's how they got so many votes on Eurovision, like Russia, because I think all the countries that were giving them points were like ex-Soviet countries.
Oh God,
they're like, please don't attack us. Here's 8 points.
I bet they weren't happy about the bearded lady.
Funny enough, though, it was all the countries that were bordering Russia that were giving him loads of points.
Yeah.
As you hear the boos coming out of the stadium.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I wonder if they were investigating her for like paedophilia. So, beard, must be gay, must be a pedo.
Must be trying to corrupt our kids.
Propaganda against
it's utter
bearded ladies or something. I don't know. So yeah, that was the news. That was the news. You know why there's barely any news at the moment? It's because E3's about less than a month away, so they're all sort of holding back until that comes along. I mean, there's loads of like rumours spreading around about what's going to be there, but obviously they'll just shit people are making up basically. Yeah. A lot of people reckon
GTA 6
they do reckon that the new Zelda for Wii U is going to be revealed because they were hinting at it. They said they wanted to show it last year, but it wasn't ready yet. So.
It's unfortunate to say, but I'm losing enthusiasm for Zelda these days.
I must admit, I kind of want to see Nintendo get some of their other franchises there, other than Mario. Zelda.
What's happened to Metroid?
That's exactly what I was about to say. Yeah. I want to see the new Metroid game.
I think
we've had other M and then nothing.
Yeah, I think it was because of the reception that game got.
That annoys me still.
Then just make a better game.
I have played a little bit more. Yeah, I got.
If your game gets bad reception, then just make a better game of the same series.
Yeah, don't
give up.
Don't let Ninja Thingy touch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Team Ninja, guys.
Yeah. Don't let Team Tits take over it.
Team Tits.
Yeah.
That's just their employees.
But then even like just putting Zero Suit Samus in like Smash Brothers, they're getting so much flack over just the fact that she's got bloody high heels.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. They're probably having to like step on eggshells about how to even go
but
about
that's what she is these days. She's a comical female, you know.
She's supposed to be a
parody, basically.
Lady,
yeah.
But that's the thing that you say about treading on eggshells. That's just the fucking stupid, overly liberal age we live in. You can't do anything anymore about someone taking offence. Nowadays, the internet is the rush to pretend
taking offence. I just imagine people just.
I'm offended.
No, I was offended first, and more than you.
No, taking a fence. Just people taking fence panels.
Fucking hell.
There's no gated communities anymore.
Sorry, but it really gets on my fucking nerves. That whole thing about the Tomb Raider thing really wound me up. I know I mention it all the time, but it really
especially when if you actually like fail it, he just like breaks a neck or something.
It is
breaks her neck through forced fellatio.
I'm sorry, but that really wound me up. That did. It's just like, if that was in a film, you wouldn't have batted an eyelid. Exactly. You know, a little bit of ooh, this could happen.
Yeah.
Just I'm not going to go through. I've probably
there's that Kevin Spacey film where he rapes a girl and you actually end up feeling empathy for him by the end because you're like, oh, I hope he gets away with it. And then I think he gets executed or something. Spoiler. But I think he gets executed and you're like, oh, it's a shame.
Sorry, what film was this?
Oh, I can't remember. Dad really liked it. It's one of those films where he watched it again and again and again and
I
again.
had no idea what you're on about.
Every time we went, oh, that's a shame.
Oh, bugger.
A bit of rude. So, what I'm saying is like, nowadays it really is ridiculous. You can't do anything without someone going.
Tumblr's especially bad for that. Yeah, that's where a lot of it.
That's what Tumblr was built on.
Yeah.
Jesus. I need feminism.
You just got headbutted by a kid.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm offended by you talking about people being offended.
I'm going to grow up to be one of them.
I hope not.
Don't name me a Tumblr.
No fracking!
Yeah, that was the news. There was barely any news again.
That was Microsoft news.
Nintendo were talking about like they were sort of like dropping hints about what they're planning to do for the next few years. They're saying, oh, they reckon it'll be 2 years until they fully put down their plan of how they want to go about the future of their stuff. I think what most of the rumours are is their next system will be a handheld that also works as a console.
Okay.
So like it'll be console quality games, but you could just take them out and you don't.
Isn't that pretty much what we're at now though? With
that's
the
what I honestly thought the Wii U was going to be when I first saw it.
Yeah, exactly.
I was really hoping that gamepad you can take it away with you and it would just have like the hard drive or whatever, or like the big SD card would have been in the Wii pad. And you can download Super Metroid and you can walk off and play it. But I reckon that wasn't what it was.
And I think the other thing that they're hinting at is that everything will be unified, so it will be the same games for everything. Yeah. So they might even include the Wii U. They might get to the point where they've got most of their games on Virtual Console and they'll work on both, just like that, and it'll all be under one account. And that would make sense to me. Because obviously the reason they want to do that is so they don't have to develop two separate lots of games.
Yeah. With things like the Resistron 5 coming out and stuff, I want them to really start sort of focusing on proper backwards compatibility. Like bring out a console that you can just plug NES games into. Why not?
Well, yeah, but that would be a console with like 1,000,001 cartridges disc.
Yeah, but it would be doable.
Just for Nintendo.
It would be weird.
It would be NES, Game Boy, DS.
That would really work.
Or a disc drive that could just run all the. Well,
you try and tell me that wouldn't sell.
I think it would sell.
It would sell.
I'm just trying to think what that
even as a Virtual Boy.
Well, because the whole like games going all just like being digital. I think that's the route they're trying to go.
Yeah.
They want to get to the point where they can have all their old games for download.
Yeah.
I think that's where they want to go with it, basically. And that seems like a smart thing to do, especially not having separate.
Working.
I mean, especially not having separate games on the console and the handheld. I mean, there's games on the 3DS that I wish they could do on the Wii U, like Luigi's Mansion 2. That would be the perfect Wii U game.
It really annoys me that you can get Game Boy, can't you? Game Boy ROMs on the 3DS, but you can't get it on the Wii.
Yeah, and you can get Game Boy Advance on the Wii U, but not the 3DS.
Fucking
so stupid. And like, you can get some of the ones that you can get on both are like NES games. But the prices are slightly different, and you get different NES games on one and different to the other. Yeah. In some cases. Really.
It's like you get Streets of Rage on the 3DS and Bare Knuckle on the Wii U.
It's got both on it actually. So
Bare Knuckle White.
It's an English version. You got Bare Knuckle. He's got lots of knuckles.
Bare Knuckle.
He's got 6 knuckles on each hand.
Well, don't keep saying stuff like that. People will point out in the comments that we're emphasising our accent and just going on the internet and making silly noises. No action.
Yeah.
What, like PewDiePie does?
Yeah, exactly. Let's do that thing on the internet. That's what the comment was. Let's do that thing on the internet where we emphasise our accent or whatever it was.
Well, we can't turn our accent off.
Yeah, exactly.
Hi guys, welcome to the Lucky Hit Podcast.
This is someone with.
I'm Speech Impediment Steve.
Yeah, but that's still an accent. That's like American.
Yeah, well, that's
the only thing that hasn't got an accent, or even that technically has an accent, is Microsoft Sound. Even that has an accent. It's a Microsoft accent.
That comment.
An accent where it loses interest at the end of each sentence.
That comment made no sense to me whatsoever. When he said, "Oh, you've got an accent," that just completely went over my head.
Oh, shut up, Tom, you Popeye clone.
Now that was creative, I've got to say.
I really love that. That's the funniest thing I've ever been called.
We were both Popeye clones.
Yeah.
Does that mean we've got really muscly, like, pulpous, like, tumours on our arms?
And one permanently closed arm.
Yeah, we keep going. Maybe his browser was crashing while he was watching it, and it just started going. Oh god, Popeye clones.
Still spinning on the screen.
That's all I can imagine. But yeah.
Right. Yeah. Let's have a song.
Yeah, let's have a song. That was the news. Song.
I'm here to tell you a really great story about a heroic adventurous, really cool, sexual, amazing guy called Giles. One day, Giles was traveling through the woods when he found himself facing down a bear. He faced it down with his mighty hands of fucking steel, but still soft and sensual enough to make all the ladies come. Giles, 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 Giles. Shh. If he hears you, then your life is over. So Giles, of course, killed the bear. You should have fucking seen it. It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen with my eyes. He ripped its face apart with his mighty lungs. That's right, he really whispered the bear to death. He said, "Bear, you will die tonight by the hands of Giles. I will make you quiver and cry like a frightened child. Giles is more mighty than a Billy and Chuck Norris's. Giles is the business. He's the business. Don't mess with Giles. He'll show you the way to the river Styx. Don't mess with fucking Giles, or else he'll make you suck 1,000 massive dicks. Giles is the master. He caused every single natural disaster. Don't mess with Giles, he's the one. Don't mess with Giles, you won't have any fun if you do. Don't mess with Giles, he will show you what it's like to feel less than a centimeter tall, with his lightning sharp wit and his lightning fast coolness. He's Giles. He's Giles. He's Giles.
Okay, we're back. Phil, what was that?
I feel like I'm missing some context here. Should we even explain the context?
Yeah, we might as well. I don't know. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's a song. I was sleep deprived.
This was yesterday, wasn't it?
It was last night, about 11 o'clock at night. I was just sat there in my room with my guitar. I'd just finished filming, not long finished filming a Fast Moses video, and I was just in the mood for recording silly shit.
Don't you mean when you say recording? Don't you mean watching Fast Moses' brilliant videos?
Yeah,
you were busy watching him.
He
is a separate person.
No, he Skyped me.
Yeah, and showed you it live.
Hey man, I thought you might appreciate this.
Because you chip on his Patreon, so like you get to see the videos before anyone else.
Yes. Anyway, so I was just in the mood for recording guitar-y things, and I just started recording and just went, right, just let the diarrhea pour out of my mind and mouth. And that was the result.
So yeah,
that was some very cleverly written diarrhea. I have to say.
It wasn't written. That's the point. It was just.
Just came out just like spontaneously.
Just click go. Yeah.
Wow.
there was a bit where you were laughing at it.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, you did hear a little bit of it.
So yeah, the context. Alright, how do we go about this? Because we don't want to be nasty.
Well, there is no concept. We just happen to know someone called Giles. The
And
song's
made a song
nothing
about
like him. The song's about like a Chuck Norris type overhyped
Yeah.
sort of character, but obviously that's nothing like Giles. He never confesses to be a man who can whisper bears to death. As far as I know.
I thought that was exactly what it was.
Well,
Because when you showed me the song and I was like, by any chance is this based on someone? You were like, yeah, it's like, you know someone that can whisper bears to death. It's amazing. And now you're telling me he doesn't? The whole song was a lie.
get out. I think he's sort of underplaying it a bit because the guy does have a little bit of I don't know. I don't want to be too
streak.
nasty. Sorry.
A delusional streak.
Yes, he does think he's quite hard. So yeah, there is a bit of that. So
Well, he is a black belt after 13 years of trying.
Okay.
and what is he a black belt of? Not kung fu, not anything, or not karate, not even karate. Tanks and down.
You shouldn't insult styles, you know, they're all...
Well, no, because I used to do the
All
classes.
exist.
Yeah. So
I'm just not popular ones.
The thing that gets me, going off topic a bit, this whole mixed martial arts thing,
he's bullshit.
fuck off. Just like, what... Just stick to one. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind if they spent something
You're the
like...
best at one, not at
Yeah,
the
I wouldn't mind
rest.
if they got to like, sort of, 20-second Dan in their particular field of each martial art, but it's like, well, I'm a yellow belt in karate, I went to 3 classes of Muay Thai,
None of them actually do martial
I'm a
arts. Have you
street
not seen the
fighter.
fights?
I've
They
seen it,
just
yeah.
sit on each
They
other.
cuddle each other, and then when one of them gets on the floor underneath the other one, they start like elbowing each other constantly, like in the head.
It's just school fighting.
It
man.
really is. It's like watching a couple of chavs just rolling around in the snow. Just like,
Mind you, I think the only thing I've ever got like 10th down in was 35.5, so I don't think that counts.
Yeah, it's just totally non-gay men fighting in swimming trunks.
mixed martial arts, MMA. The fact they had to abbreviate it as well. It's like, oh yeah, that's a real thing. Usually when people mix their martial arts, it's when they've overtaken their actual sensei or master and, to the point where he's allowed him to go off and learn another style.
Yeah.
He said, I've taught you all I can. I feel like you can progress further. Go and either develop your own style or go learn more.
He's also a master of a different art.
Exactly.
Or your Ryu Hazuki, who kind of gets it forced upon him because he wants to stick to jiu-jitsu. Then he goes,
It's not real, Tom.
Shut up, he is real and I am him. And he goes to Hong Kong and it's like, you must learn Kung Fu. I'd rather not, then I'll beat you up. Oh.
Were you even born in 1986?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Born, just not. But yeah, what was I saying?
Because I was born in 1986. Thus, I am Ryo Hazuki.
Yeah, he wasn't already.
He was a baby.
He wasn't already
All right.
19 or.
Alright, I'll play you at this game. I was born on the 17th of December 1987. Mega Man.
So you're not Ryo Hazuki, but you're
I was born in 1991. That means I'm Sonic. I'm Sonic.
That year.
I'm Sonic 1.
I am Sonic 1.
I am Sonic 1.
I am Green Hill Zone and Marble Zone. Starlight Zone.
They calls me Green Hill Zone. Well, yeah, all I was going to say on the subject of mixed martial arts is you never really master any one particular martial art. There's never a point where you go, well, that's it, you don't need to do it anymore because you've mastered it.
Yeah.
It's a way of life. It's not just, oh yeah, I did 4 classes in this one, so...
Now I'll never use it again.
I took the elbows from Muay Thai and the grabs from Judo and I made Jew Thai.
Yeah.
And there's no class, art, or form to MMA either. It's just rolling on the floor like a chav. So there you go.
It is
what the fuck were we talking about before all of
What
this?
have we
We were talking about Giles.
And then somehow came into that.
Anyway, so there we go. It's a guy we know, and Phil wrote a song about him when he was tired.
Yeah.
We could have just said that in that many
He
words.
was tired. Yeah, that sums it up nicely.
Right.
And instead of using, real music this week, we used a broken keyboard. We used a broken keyboard, and we had Phil talking shit about someone.
Talking smack.
Yeah. We're not talking real smack,
very
because Giles will
creative
come down and
musical
destroy
way.
us, so,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what have we been playing? Video games!
Yeah, I've been playing
Those
games.
things.
Go on, let's go. Thanks for coming, guys. Bye.
What have I been playing this week?
Now they gone, I can have a...
Othello, Monopoly, Sudoku.
Warhammer.
I hate when people call it Sudoku.
Sudoku.
No, it is Sudoku. People call it Sudoku.
Sudoku? Oh,
Which
come
sounds
on.
like
I'm gonna go do
like
some
a budget.
karaoke.
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 The Korukai.
Yeah. I'm trying to make it sound posher than it actually is.
Singing like a
I
toy
really,
song.
I know what you mean though, because I hate people that purposely insist that things are pronounced differently. Like
Aluminum.
Zelda is full of it, isn't it? I'm gonna the Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina.
Yeah,
Or Hydrosity
Ocarina.
Zone was the other one. That one just.
Yeah, well, I made a joke about there's that new arcade, isn't there? Astro City. I always call it Astrocity.
Yeah.
That's true.
What is it though? There's Ocarina of Time. There's the Kokiri. No, the
Yeah, Kokiri Village.
Kokiri. Yeah,
Kokiri.
Yeah, and then there was the guy that created the animated GIF, and he said he just came out like last year and said, "Oh, it's not pronounced GIF, it's pronounced GIF." You're all
Everyone
doing
says
it
GIF.
wrong 20 years later. So, well, you weren't around to tell
Yeah,
anyone.
where
So
were you
it's
20
tough.
years ago, cunt man?
GIF actually says one person.
Oh,
versus
Chocobo,
millions.
that's another one.
Chocobo gets on my
Chocobo.
nerves.
And Tifa.
Tifa. Well, what gets me, right? Americans,
Tifa.
they say aluminum, right? Well, then they shouldn't then be allowed to say uranium. They should have to say uranum.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be allowed to say titanium. It should be titanum.
Titanum.
The
The element of blues.
Doesn't Tittenham sound like a town in Essex?
Yeah,
Welcome
just
to
in England in general.
Popping down to Tittenham.
Yeah, because no one would vandalise that sign.
Or steal it.
Just
They
take
only
the
steal
away.
about 30% of the sign.
Tit and ham.
Tit ham.
Yeah, Titham sounds like another English place.
Tittenham. Yeah, that's how they pronounce it. Tittenham. Welcome to Tittenham. Tittenhamshire. And of course,
Well,
American will
I'm
come
going to
along.
Nottingham in the weekend, so I'll make sure to bring a sign that says tit on it.
You're going in Nottingham.
Yeah. and
Yeah, that's
change
the
it
thing.
to
Americans would pronounce it like if we had Tittenham.
Nottingham.
If you had a county called Tittenhamshire, they'd come over. It's Tittenhamshire. Tittenhamshire.
Anyway, let's not abuse the Americans.
Yeah, well, either they can call it uranium or aluminium, or they can call it uranum.
Or they could fuck off back to...
They can fuck off back to,
Walmart.
miscellaneous. Walmart.
What have we played?
Right, who's going first?
I'll go first.
Got it.
Right.
Medieval on the PlayStation 1, it's really good.
Cool.
Yeah, not that much to say about it really. It's just an awesome little game. It's surprisingly challenging. Like when you're a kid, you don't really think that much on how challenging a game is. It's sort of, oh, I died again. Oh well. But now it's like, I fucking died again. But
Yeah, well, I found when I was a kid, if a game was too hard, I just played the same level over and over again and never got better at it.
yeah, you
I
don't
played
mind
it
doing
all
that
game
when
up.
you're a kid.
Also,
Gave up.
am I the only one that when I was younger, even if I played the game for the first time, the first thing I did was go on the options and set it all on the easiest thing possible?
I still do. On some games. Well, I try the default, and if that's too hard, I go down.
Well, do you know what I do now, actually? I play through every difficulty.
Yeah. Well, some of us don't have that much time.
Make it sound like I don't do anything else with my life.
Of course.
Which is almost true.
Ah, you got a little blob of sunshine over there.
Blob of sunshine.
I didn't want to say ray of sunshine because that's just lame.
Just a sort of...
Because blob's so much better.
Yep. Blob, blob, blob. Anyway, Medieval's really good. I've been making sure to get all the chalices because each level has a chalice to collect, which you get by killing as many enemies as possible. You get a percentage. When you get 100%, you can collect a chalice, which is sometimes irritatingly hidden on some levels. So you actually have to go search for it and stuff.
Yeah.
But fuck playing the game without collecting any chalices. How hard would that be? Because it's not fair. It's like you have to actually do it to progress. Like, yeah, because basically, if you don't collect any chalices, you don't get these things called life bottles, which are they more life basically. More life. I mean, there's a couple hidden on the normal level, so you'll probably have like 2 or 3 from just playing the game. If you find them, if you don't find them in the levels, then you just end up with like your standard health bar, which is you'll find later in the game that will go very quickly. Literally, like enemies will just go on you, and you'll just lose several life bottles in a couple of seconds.
I'm kind of not surprised to find out that this game's quite challenging because it's by the creator of James Pond.
Well, yeah, exactly. Again, James Pond is another one where if you just rush through it, you'll struggle more than if you sort of gather. I suppose in James Bond it's more just about getting the specific. I think it's the purple stars that give you more health.
Yeah.
If you don't find any of them, then you'll just have basically 2 lives like normal. And you won't have the smiling.
Creator James Bond also did Yolanda, so
that game's also challenging. But yeah, so if you don't get any of the chalices on the levels, then and you manage to complete it, then you're wow, you're pretty cool. Because that would be fucking so hard.
So you played through the whole thing then?
Yeah, I completed it.
Yeah, I've never actually played that one because obviously I was one of those weirdos that had Saturn, so I'm still trying to catch up on the old.
I honestly would recommend it.
Yeah, I always thought it looked kind of interesting. I always liked to see his funny looking wonky face. Yeah, I always thought he had a cool character design.
They're always taking the piss out of him. They're always just like
he's in
stuff about his missing jaw and his missing.
He's in that Smash Brothers clone on the PS3. There's Sony.
Oh no!
PlayStation. He's actually one of the better characters in it. They actually animated him really well in it.
I'm not surprised.
When he does this funny little dance.
He does the little dance.
Yeah.
What was it? Daniel Fortescue.
Yeah.
That's the thing though. It's the kind of thing. It's that kind of nostalgia that just snaps you right back to when you were 7 years old and you first looked at the game. And as soon as I turned it on and the little talking wall goat statue things, it zooms in on that and it's "Sat down, you're Fortescue." I remember this.
I did get that when I saw the stained glass window monster again.
I get that.
Yeah,
that's what
I get that with a lot of Amiga games.
I know. Yeah, the demo. It was weird. It was
back
like
in the day, the demo.
if you can complete it quick enough, then you can do the 3 levels. But the demo's also timed. So like if you dick about on the first level, it will just go, no, you're done.
Really?
No more playing. Like I've had it a couple of times when I was a kid because I played that demo every day. But yeah, there's a couple of times I'd be in the middle of the boss with the stained glass, monster, and he'd just go, nope, done. I nearly got him.
Oh Jesus!
Wonderful thing.
The demo that I played the most in my life, it's ridiculous. I've racked up many hours on it. Was when I was a kid, I used to play the Metal Gear Solid demo.
Yeah,
do you remember that?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I played the Nightmare Creatures demo and I really liked it.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. it was like a later level.
Wonderful version. Okay, I will.
It was like a much later level, and it was actually quite fun.
Yeah, they deliberately picked the best level.
They really did. Yeah.
It was the level where you was in the church and all those werewolves come jumping out. I was like, ooh, this is
and you actually get a gun as well if you can find it. It's like, what was I saying? Yeah, there is one thing I'll point out. It's very racist. Medieval. When you go to the Hall of Heroes, there's just each of the different heroes has like a different accent. There's like accent. There's like a brummy one. It's like, "Hey Dan, how you doing, mate?" and all that sort of stuff. But then there's one black one. It's a woman. She's got like the Zulu outfit on. She's got like the rings around her neck.
She's got pubic hair.
No, she's bald. She's got like an elongated neck, and the weapon she gives you is spears that you can throw. Yeah, and the way
that is you really into it.
And the way
things were simple back then.
Yeah, it was another time. It was okay back then, but the way she talks to you as well. She's like, "Hey, sugar."
Oh no, she's all sugar.
Yeah. So she's a sassy Zulu spear chucker. But you know, she's all. What I'm saying is, she's all of the stereotypes rolled into one.
They just like, which black stereotype we should use? All of them. Just stick them together.
Give him a spear, you know.
Oh god. Can we have some Motown music playing with the bit close?
Bit of Diana Ross, that'll go down lovely. Yeah, good game. And there's crap, which I suppose at the time wouldn't have been considered crap, but these really crap FMVs that were like, each time they play, I've got Dire Straits playing in my head. Got to reach down like a river. It's that kind of quality.
Oh wow.
Dan Fortescue walking around and there's stuff happening in the background.
There's a platformer with a skeleton on the Saturn that I've never played, just called Mr. Bones. It's literally just a skeleton. They haven't done anything character-wise with it. It doesn't look unique like what's his name from that game?
Fortescue.
He is literally just a skeleton. But I've never played it, but it was weird.
Yeah, I really like the character
of
Daniel Fortescue.
Yeah, he's a cool looking character.
I really like the ending as well, because I got all the... I don't know if you get a different ending for getting all the chalices, but I did. Okay. And he goes and takes his place in the Hall of Heroes. It's like, yeah, that's really cool. Because in life he was... Yeah, it was. But in life he was disgraced because like he... there was like a legend saying that he led the army and defeated Zarok as the main baddie.
Yeah.
And so... like you think, oh, that's really cool, but everyone who knows him actually knows that he was a pussy and he died at the first charge. It was like straight away they charge towards Zarok's army and he gets an arrow in the eye and gets killed.
That's right, I remember that. Yeah.
So is that why he's got like one eyeball?
Was he the first casualty?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. He was. Yeah, I suppose he would have been like, you know, at least one of the first people in that first charge to just get secured and killed. He got
I would say that
beamed.
But I don't think that makes him a pussy though, because he was still running like
he was charging head on. Yeah. It's not everyone. Not everyone sort of hates him. Some people say that he's like heroic and courageous and stuff. But it's just the fact that everyone's like, oh, you're that fucking useless prick.
They actually say that in the game.
They do.
Simpler times.
Simpler times.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but he gets his dignity, so you're like, oh, that's good. Apart from that, I haven't really been playing much. What did I pick up? Oh yeah, I started playing Morrowind again.
Let's not get into that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna try and actually do a playthrough where I sort of just
through.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point now where I keep going, I'll make a new character. A couple of weeks later I'll come back to and make another new character.
Just you're going to try and play through the whole game.
Yeah, I'm actually going to try and make a character that gets somewhere and does stuff, rather than just sort of does the first sort of 4 or 5 hours and then
gives up.
And then gets
I'm a courageous warrior.
Yeah, just gets overwritten with another character again. Yeah, other than that I've just been playing the odd bit of sort of PS1 stuff. Cool. Started playing that Ultimate Battle 22, you know, the Dragonball Z game.
Oh god!
There's a mode in it called Build Up, which is really lazily named. But what you do is you build up your character and sort of level him up, basically. But the more you use certain,
just
like,
make him go for ages, and then take a shit.
Yeah, the more you use a certain move in the game, it's quite clever. It sort of remembers that you use that move and it sort of levels it up to the point where it gets really strong. I'm playing as Tien, who has a move where you can pin someone in the corner and you constantly punch them. Yeah, you can sort of pin them in the corner with punches. But because I've been sort of building that particular move up, it's gotten to the point now where a fight can start and I'll sort of do a bit of a jump and a kick to sort of nudge him towards the corner. Then I pin him with the punches, and the fight's over in a couple of seconds because it's such a powerful move. But you've got about like 6 health bars, and they start going down. There's still about 3.5 health bars left before the fight actually ends because their health's still sapping away. So it's like.
Is that the? Because I remember there was 2 Dragon Ball Z games that come out on the PlayStation. Was that the really ugly 3D one, or was that the 2D?
No, it was the really cool 2D.
I know the one you mean.
They used.
When I went, oh god, I thought you meant the 3D.
Yeah.
Really horrible. Oh, that was fun.
They used actual. What do you call it? Like animation cells. They famously they actually used proper from the anime. So it's good.
Was that the one that had
you can really see it sometimes, like with Krillin in particular. Like when he gets hit.
You see like all the cell paint flicking off and stuff.
No, because Krillin gets hit a lot, so you get used to what he looks like in the anime when he gets hit. So it's just charming to see that in the games. You see exactly how he gets punched and stuff. It's very clever.
Oh, okay.
Very
I
good
never
game.
played that one. I do remember briefly playing the crack one, the 3D one.
Yeah, that was Dragon Ball GT Final Bout.
Yeah, that's it. I think when they released it here, they just took the GT off because Dragon Ball Z hadn't even been released here yet. It was like,
Legends of Goku. Oh no, that's already a thing.
The Mega Drive Dragon Ball Z game did actually come out in Europe. Like there is actually a blue box, like Mega Drive box of it, but it was only released in like Italy. And I think the Saturn one was as well. I don't know which one the Saturn game was. It was another game entirely, I think.
Dragon Ball Z.
They actually brought them out in like somewhere like in Italy or something, and they were all in Italian. Like, there was no English option.
That's the Italian language option.
It kind of sounds like Nappa when he gets angry. It's like,
So I do remember that game actually. I remember if you I can't remember if it was a story thing or if you just picked certain characters, but you had like events happen and stuff. Like if you're Gohan versus Cell, you have the whole like head being crushed thing that happens.
No, it doesn't happen.
I could have sworn I remembered that.
I mean, it could do, I guess. I don't know.
It must have been. Was there like a weird story mode with stuff like that?
No, there was literally just,
build up though.
Just battle and build up mode. Build up is literally just where you have all the characters just there, like you can pick them, and when you beat them, they sort of grey out. So that when you've greyed them all out, you finish that block, and then you get block 2, and they all get different ranks. And basically, whatever the rank of the person you beat is, you then take his rank. So I got to the fifth.
Like Outrunners.
I got to the 5th block, and I just skipped everyone and went straight for like Hercule was the highest level. So and he's a pussy. So I went from rank, I think it was like 71 to 98 just straight away, and then I just picked off all the others. Because when you rank up, you're more powerful. You got more health. So So it's good. It's fun.
Run more and make rocks float more.
I'm not playing as Hercule. I just smashed you one bite. But yeah, I don't know why, I always had a soft spot for TN, so it's good to know that he is the rapist of the game. He is, with that pinning. No one else has a move where you can just literally pin someone and they can't do anything.
And he's the only one that can spot invisible helicopters.
What?
Oh no, parachutes. That's what it was.
What?
I can see the parachutes.
Yeah,
okay.
I know what you mean.
Oh, yeah. In the Japanese version they just died, that's fine, but no, over here, dude, the parachute.
I can see the parachutes. I can't see them. They blew up.
And of course no one dies, they just get sent to the next dimension.
Yeah. You'll be spending the next world round in the spirit world.
He's talking about Yugi. Spirit World's Yugi, isn't it?
Oh, bollocks. Oh, God, that was, wasn't it? Oh, Jesus Christ.
You've just let everyone know that you watch some point.
I had in the past, and I'm not very proud of it.
We were all kids once.
We were all kids.
We were all kids when we used to enjoy Yugi. We stopped when we stopped being kids. We grew out of Yu-Gi-Oh!
But never Dragon Ball Z.
Well, Dragon Ball Z is cool.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I love watching other Funimation series because you always hear Piccolo somewhere.
Yeah,
and you always hear like
share the
Vegeta.
same voice actors.
Yeah. Funimation only has like 4 voice actors.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's what I've been playing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to be a bit quick because I haven't played too much. Finished off Dust, which I was talking about last week.
Oh, you finished that off? Wow.
Yes,
How many hours did that take? Because I heard that was quite a long game.
It can be quite long.
If you shit.
When you're working everything out for the first time, it's like Castlevania, you have to work everything out. You have to sort of remember to come back to bits of the map, and then you don't because it's a vast map. And you think, oh, what's over here? Like, have you ever done that in the Metroidvania game? You sort of you try and keep a bit of the map in your mind. So you think, I'm going to go back there, and when you go back there, it's like, oh yeah, I still need that ability I haven't got, and then you go off again, and you've wasted all that time backtracking. Yeah. Metroid's the worst.
Metroid Prime 2 is you get lost after every boss battle. So right, I've done that. What the fuck now?
That's what happened to me when I was playing it. Yeah.
That's probably why I could never get into the one I did play. I think it's the first one.
I don't mind that. That it's the hardest of the Prime games, and it's also sort of, Prime series is arguably less popular than obviously just normal Metroid, vanilla 2D Metroid. But it did go down well, but obviously people will always love Super Metroid, and it'll always be like the best game.
Like when it was announced that Retro Studios were doing Donkey Kong Country Returns, I was like, oh, it's not another Metroid, and then they did another Donkey Kong Country game, and they were like, why is it not Metroid? They did do 3, to be fair. Let them get some other games out. But if they want to do a Metroid Prime 4 for Wii U, they can if they want.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That might be a good idea.
That'd be nice.
I want to see them try and do another style game. Where they just
without the cutscenes. If you just took the cutscenes out, that game would be great. But yeah, all I was going to say was, against popular opinion, Prime 2 is actually my favourite Metroid game.
So working it all out, for the first time, it took me about 18 hours. And then my second playthrough, I was doing it on the harder difficulty because I wanted to get the achievement for that. So that took a little bit of time just because you have to be a bit more cautious.
So when you say you beat the game, you beat it twice?
Yeah, I did it twice, yeah.
Wow.
The last boss is quite fun. It's one of those bosses where I like these kind of last bosses where I'm not going to say what it is or anything like that, but
it's a furry.
yeah, fucking hell. You know those kind of bosses where you fight.
Well, maybe it's just like human. Maybe it's a human and you're killing the last human, so there's only furries left.
It is very, very furry though, I will warn you. It is really bad. But the last boss is one of those bosses, it's just like Bully Phil, you fight him, you get his health bar down, and then they'll destroy the scenery and go into a new area and you have to fight again. I know people might think they're not very original. I like those bosses though.
I thought the last boss of Bully was awesome.
It was, wasn't it? It does the same thing as well, where right at the end you sort of break through the floor and then
I always like that.
It gets harder each time. Yeah.
I do that a lot of the time with fighting games as well. There's fucking annoying bosses that take up 10 times more time than all the other characters.
The boss of Street Fighter Third Strike is not fair. If you beat him and he's still got a special move bar, then he gets all his health back.
Yeah, he just resurrects. You can chip him away a bit while he's doing it though. Kind of.
Yeah, no, I actually fucked him up. I was playing as Dudley and I did that rushing move, literally.
I think I might have done that by accident once.
Well, yeah, I did it because I was in the middle of a combo. I always do a combo where I do a 1, 2, 3 and then I do a backwards duck and you come in and do another move. And as I did that frame of animation was getting ready as I did the backwards duck move, as he lost his health. So I went, and started transforming, and I went, and actually knocked him down by half his health. So I was like,
I accidentally did that once. Sorry for that strike. Yeah, I think I accidentally did that once with Chung Lee, I think.
I love Dudley. He's so
good. He's great.
I really want Street Fighter 4 just to see if he's as good. I've only got vanilla Street Fighter 4. I haven't got this arcade edition or the Super or anything. I just want Dudley. I don't give a fuck about anyone else. I just want Dudley.
Don't give a fudley.
Yes, Tom.
I'll leave.
Because unlike
you have no dignity.
Because unlike Dudley, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good stuff.
We're going to slip that in somewhere.
That's the stuff. So yeah, I finished that. Played more GTA 5. Yawn.
By playing it, you mean struggling to get it to work.
Oh, God, yeah. I installed the new update, the High Life update, because I'm really obsessed in my games with like property ownership and stuff like that. Yeah, basically this new update lets you have a second home. Now, it's not really that impressive, except for the fact you get another 10 spaces, because the best garages you can get are 10 cars.
Is it like a British government themed update? Because you get a second home.
Oh, right. Yeah, and then
get it on expenses.
And then you're publicly shamed later and you have to resign.
Yeah, well, they're the fucking
Or they get
benefits
away with it.
claimants that should be
Yeah, I know. Let's not get all political though. We'll be here all day.
starting to feel like Ben Elton.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically unless you own a second home. Now basically it's another 10 car garage that you can have, which is awesome because there's a lot of shut up you little bastard. There's a lot of collectible cars. They've added more and more and more, but there's only 10 garages. Now you can have 20, which is cool. But I bought 2 new properties and traded in my old one to get some of my money back.
Yeah.
And both the properties weren't loading. So yeah, basically it was weird. My garage is loaded, but not the actual apartments, which is weird because they should technically come as part of the package, on the coding, surely. So anyway, yeah, I went into my garage, and then from my garage you can go into your lift and go into your apartment. And basically my character, he went into his lift and the doors closed and it just stayed there. I was like, yeah.
The lift broke down, in other words.
Yeah, no, there was nothing wrong with your update. That was just a thing.
It's just realism. The lift randomly breaks.
Ultra realism for you, that is. So yeah, so I went, I don't know what to do really. I couldn't get access to many of the menus or anything like that. So I sort of managed to get into the pools menu at least, which is good. And I went offline, loaded up my single player, then went back online. And then the weirdest thing happened. It sort of put me where my apartment was supposed to be, which was inside the big building. It's like quite a tall building, and you know when you get stuck in solid bits of scenery in a game, and it's just like emptiness. So yeah, my guy was falling through the air, going, and it I had a parachute, and I had to quickly pull.
It's a new update. It breaks the game more
every time. Almost every time there's a GTA 5 update.
Fixing it, or maybe worse. Jesus.
Yeah, every time it nearly there was that time it's a good thing I back up my save data on all games I play. I always make several save data because the first update they did, which was fixing a lot of the online problems, actually corrupted my single player, and I would have gone mental.
Fixed online, broke single player.
Because basically it was like several hundred hours worth of single player. I was going to go mad, but I always back my data up. It's annoying that you have to nowadays, though, don't you?
Yeah, that's quite pathetic. I mean, the only things I tend to back up is like my work files, not generally like game saves. I don't think I play enough games that crash a lot to have to worry about that myself. But
seems to be a lot of the games I play now.
That's why games like Elder Scrolls and stuff I just prefer to play them on PC.
Yeah.
Because what I tend to do is I have my overall save and then I have quick save and load.
Yeah.
That is pretty much a lifesaver on Stalker if you ever find yourself sort of trapped. Because there are points in that game where you can. It's weird. It sort of destroys the level and then loads it again. So each time things are different.
Yeah.
So it can be a bit annoying at times. You sort of load up your game and you just find yourself surrounded where there wasn't anyone there before.
Yeah, I've had that before. I the first time I ever played Stalker, I knackered myself. I got to the power plant and I did a quick save because I was fighting these bastards.
Yeah.
And I got myself where, like you said, it was different every time, but every time it was a different person in a different position that was knackering me up.
Yeah, well, at the end you get narrow corridors, and at the end of it you get some of a fucking Gauss rifle.
That's what it was, yeah.
There are 2 Gauss rifles in the entire game, and they're pretty much a one-hit kill, no matter what
and
fucking
they're both
army
in the same place.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So it is really annoying.
But yeah, that area is really irritating, because you've got people with Gauss rifles, and you've also got people with what's called a Chase 13 shotgun, which is the only shotgun in the game that has, I think it has 13 rounds. So it's shotguns are devastating in Stalker, but usually they have 2 shots and then you take half an hour reloading it. And in Chaser 13 it's like help!
I was hiding behind the wall. There is no wall anymore.
Or skin on my flesh.
Yeah.
That's just from being in the zone.
My skill has melted. So yeah, that was funny. I eventually, what I had to do was just reinstall the update and go again. It did look like something went wrong when I was installing it. Like it sort of ended a bit too snappy. So yeah, it was obviously something went up there. But yeah, it was just funny to see it because it's like it was giving me half of the update stuff, like telling me about all the cool new weapons and new missions, but I couldn't access any of them because I went into the gun shop and said, "Oh, you got a cool new machine gun." And I went in there, it wasn't there, but the game was still going, "Buy it, go on,
buy this invisible non-existent thing. Give us your money and we'll give you air." It's special air. It smells of my fart.
It all works now, but funny enough, I bought the 2 highest end properties mainly for like, look at me, I can buy the most, and when I got them, like they're both in completely different buildings in different parts of the map. But when you go in, they both got exactly the same copy and pasted interior, exactly the same.
He's that rich, he can demand that. Like, I want this to be in the exact same spot. It has to be 5 centimetres away from the wall.
Can I have a carbon copy of my previous flat? Because even the garage is the same. I might
at least all the different like flats, like all the different apartments and sleeping dogs are different.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like they're all completely different.
It's just, it really is weird. So, there's not much apart from that, really. Blah, blah, blah.
I wish life was like it was in Sleeping Dogs. It's literally just like, hey, do you want an apartment? Alright. Cheers.
Have 2.
Yeah. What's rent?
What is rent? Sorry, there is one more thing I've been playing which was amazing, which was I will have to pull up the website and get some details to put in the description. But there's been a guy, he's been doing it for what seems like forever.
Okay.
Because I remember all the way back when I was in 6th form in college, I was checking up on this guy. He's like a one gamer. He's like us basically. He wants to sort of make games, but doesn't really want to learn how to code and stuff. So he's using like basic game makers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it just looks like over the years he's stuck at it, and he's really got a little bit of a team going. And I think he has actually embraced like having to learn how to properly do it.
Yeah.
But he's been remaking. He's been giving Metroid 2 the Metroid Zero mission treatment.
Oh, okay. So you're remaking the Game Boy.
Yeah, remaking it with the Super Metroid engine.
Okay.
But yeah, everything looks sexy. It plays really nice. It's got all like the mini maps.
Without all you.
No, we're not
you put me in a bomb?
So everything looks really
Does
good.
she, though?
They've added all the new weaponry, like the you can do the run boost. You got super missiles, which weren't in 2, I don't think.
Okay.
They've added extra bosses, just like Zero Mission did. It added all the extra stuff and new bosses, which are really fucking difficult. Will you pack it in? Stop picking on my cat. So
go in the glass.
I just like I said, I'm going to get the details and show you because it's at the moment they've got to the point where it was like I think it's demo 13. They've got all the demos, and I believe
that's fan game for you though. I mean, I used to be in the Sonic fan game scene when I pretty much first got a computer back like over a decade ago, and a lot of fan games either never got finished or they were working on them for a decade.
Well, that is literally it. Yeah, I think he has been working on it for nearly a decade now. So
as long as
the class was about 16 at the time. Yeah, he's been going on for so long, but like I say, he's got a bit of a team now. He's not just doing it on his own. And the demo, which I believe I had to check on the website, but I believe he's taking it off to like some kind of shows and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
The demo is actually like I played through it all. It's pretty much about, if I took a guess, I'd say it's about 70 to 75% of the whole game.
Oh wow! So the demo is most of the game.
Yeah,
not like console like proper game demos where it's just like, oh, we're gonna fade out just as the boss appears.
Yes. Well, that's the thing. He had a couple of tech demos before that. I
wants to show as much as possible to make sure people can find any glitches and stuff. I suppose.
That's right. Yeah.
He's not selling it.
No, he won't be able to, will he? But yeah, basically, the 2 demos I downloaded before throughout the years, it's just every so often I go, oh yeah, I better check on that because I forget about it. And I did it the other week, when you guys were around, just as we ended the podcast, I went, oh, when I checked and went, new demo.
Yeah.
The first 2 demos were just like techie sort of things, it was just like corridors in VR looking areas. And yeah, well, like I said, it just shows you all the techie bits, so it shows you how to do multiple. It was basically just getting used to the Metroid engine, which I can't imagine is an easy platform engine because it's quite technical, to get it spot on, and it does look like he's done a pretty good job of getting it spot on.
Yeah, I mean, Sonic fan games, when I was into them, they were really bloody basic, and it took them about a decade to actually come up with an engine that pretty much nails the Mega Drive style. I mean, if you go and play like new ones, they play exactly like the Mega Drive ones, and it's like they actually nailed it all down now.
Yeah.
So back when I was doing them, you'd like jump out a ceiling and you'd get stuck and just slide around. That kind of stuff. That's how kind of basic it was.
So that was the thing with Morrowind. It's like, have you ever used, the scrolls of Icarian Flight? Have you ever used one indoors?
No, I haven't.
Just scrape your head against the ceiling.
Yeah, like when you stay in jump for like a couple of minutes, and you can literally just across the ceiling.
Wow.
You'd think they would just kind of make it so it would just go bonk and land back down, but no.
Oh yeah, that was another thing about Medieval, because he's a skeleton. Every time you jump and like hit your head or something, it goes boop. It makes this really comical sort of boop sound.
Oh, that's cool. Do you remember what the name of this Metroid remake was?
Yeah, it's called AMR2, which stands for Another Metroid Remake.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So there's been another one?
No, it's AM2R, isn't it? Another Metroid 2.
Sorry, my bad, AM2R. And so like I said, I downloaded a couple of demos. I remember the second demo, which I got quite a few years back now, but that was quite fun because that had like a bit of a level to it, and he put in Ridley, which wasn't in the second game. He just put it in there to test a fight. I think you put Craig and Ridley, who both aren't in it.
He just put
in
Ridley Nilly.
And so basically I got this demo, and it was it's 1.3 demo. I think I said 13 earlier. I was getting my decimal points wrong.
Yeah, but it depends if like the first one's like 0.2, 0.3, 0.4.
I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, like I said, it's literally about like 70% of the game because like I said, I love Metroid 2. I played through it a lot. In fact, I even finished it under an hour.
I got naked Samus. I got Samus with a weird buzzing sound, and she's sort of crouched over a bit.
Every time.
So every week, another disgusting interpretation of Samus.
So I know the game inside out. So all I can say is his recreation of the map is very faithful. It's really spot on, and he's added all the extra nooks and crannies, put in lots of secrets that are related to the things they had to add, like the super missiles and the boost jump and all that kind of stuff. New bosses are fun, really good game. Please try it out. Like I say, we'll put a link.
What was the website?
It's over there.
It's on the computer.
I think it is actually just like AM2R.
I'm actually gonna look.
Yeah, go on.
Well, if people just Google AM2R.
Oh, it's Metroid 2 remake.blogspot.co.uk.
Alright. Like I say, we'll share the details. But seriously, keep your eye on that.
Please don't cease and desist Nintendo.com.
Yeah, well, they better not get the same treatment as Bomber Games.
Well, I
don't think he's going to try and sell it, so I think he'll be alright.
They didn't try and sell it, did they?
Streets of Rage Remake, I think.
I did find
near the end of it, like, we're going to put it out as a Wii SD card, as a homebrew Wii game or something. But yeah.
That's alright.
Not really.
Yeah.
It's a shame though, but
I just think
so. Keep your eye on it. It's going to be really cool.
Yeah. I just think that Sega should have then done something themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
They should
do something very, very.
You
similar.
can't make money on it, and we're not going to.
We'll keep Streets of Rage, Alex Kidd, Shenmue, and all our other bloody making things as I'm telling you right now, I don't care what you say. If they made a new Alex Kidd game, I reckon it would sell. People go, oh, I remember him.
I think it would only sell if Sonic was in it, to be honest. Because for what everyone says, like
Alex Kidd and Sonic.
Why do you think Nintendo is only doing Mario, Zelda, and Pokemon games? Because they're the only franchises of theirs that sell. So if Nintendo don't use all their old franchises, then why would Sega?
Because Sega have got nothing else left to lose.
Well, Sega can redeem their reputation for being like edgy, you know, like really edgy.
Yeah,
they used to really. They used to, you know, really show some balls and release some games that you think that's not going to do very well.
That's how they almost went bankrupt.
I know, but at least they gave it a go, and it did pay off for quite a while.
Yeah,
it paid off a good few times in the Mega Drive era. I wish I could think of some examples, to be honest. But so that's what I've been playing.
Alright, maybe we should have a song and then we'll come back to what I've been playing, because funny enough you mentioned Streets of Rage.
He hasn't been playing Streets of Rage.
Yeah.
Battletoads.
You mentioned Streets of Rage. Well, I've been playing Columns.
I've been playing Final Fight.
Call of Duty, brother from another mother.
Never seen the joke.
Right, we're back. That was from Rolling Thunder 2 on the Mega Drive, and the song was called Residents of Terrible. I love that name. Residents of Terrible.
That's sort of.
It's like a really weird review on TripAdvisor.
Yeah.
So Rolling Thunder 2 was one of the games I've been playing, but I'm going to get back to that one because I've actually been playing quite a few games this week, more than usual actually, because my animation work's actually kind of gone quiet this week because I'm still waiting on the client to give me feedback. I've actually had some spare time to play some games, so I've mainly been playing Mega Drive stuff actually. I've actually, as you may have noticed the last few weeks, I seem to go through phases with consoles where I just focus on one console for a while and then I move on to another one. And at the moment, it is Mega Drive.
I think Steam is my current console.
I even go through phases of that. And I'll play loads of Steam games and then
Sorry, I forgot to mention, I played Splunky last night. I played about 15 lives. Didn't get anywhere, don't worry about it.
Well, I did play a bit of Splunky at the weekend, and I managed to. I think it was my best daily run I've ever had. I think I got up to Temple 2 maybe, but it was like my best score anyway.
I'm not even getting to the ice caves anymore.
It takes a long time to get there, but I didn't manage to do a hell run, but well, not even close to one. I didn't even.
You got through the hill doors.
But I've been playing Streets of Rage What a surprise. But I was playing it on the 3DS. I've been playing the 3D Classics version.
I had a little go at it earlier.
Never has parallax scrolling looked so good.
Yeah. Yeah, I brought it over and showed off. I was like, look how it works. Look.
It was rather special.
Yeah.
And I noticed that you could see the city in the background of every level.
For the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I must admit, I never
I
really
grew up on
noticed
that game.
either.
And
Yeah, I must admit, I never noticed that either. I just thought every level looked completely different. But yeah, it's always got that same city in the back.
It's always night
same
time
streets.
as well.
Yeah, the whole game
it's
is
night
set at
time
night.
throughout the entire game.
Yeah. Actually, I think the last level, it's like starting to get early.
I
hours
love
in the
that.
morning. Yeah.
I really love that. The concept of fight all night. I think that's great.
Yeah. It's a really good port of the game, and it's got like 2 different 3D modes. One of them, it sort of goes into the screen, so like the floor actually has like depth and. I don't know. It's really weird because like the character sprite doesn't change size, but it still looks like it's going back and further into the screen. It's really clever. And the other mode, it like pops out the screen, and it kind of makes my eyes hurt. I think I prefer the inside the screen thing. It does look kind of impressive once your eyes adjust the pop out mode.
Yeah.
They've even put like there's even the ability to change what Mega Drive the sound is coming from. So a Mega Drive 1 or a 2 because they're slightly different. Like the 2 is a bit more muffled a little bit.
That really is. I
that
hate
is
to say
some
it, but that's,
obsessive.
it's
detail
it's
of
quite
it.
pedantic.
And the other thing they included, which I thought was absolutely brilliant, I played through the whole game just normally the first time, just on normal mode, just played through the whole thing. Took about an hour or so.
Yeah,
and,
it's quite a long game, isn't it?
Yeah, it is when it takes ages to beat them 2 bloody Blaze clones near the end of the game. They just keep jumping, they keep somersaulting and then like throwing you every time you go near them.
I'm pretty good against those.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just-
a bit of a pain.
I'm just
You
good
pretty
at
much
Streets
you
of
can only
Rage.
hit them as you can pretty much only hit them once they've done their jump kick, and just that frame after they've done it, you can hit them then. If you do it a frame later, they throw you.
Well, the best trick to it is just sort of walking up and down diagonally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let them do their flippy with
Yeah.
their kicky with
I
their
got quite good at doing the back fist on them. Because that does a lot of damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I played it through that mode, and then there's another option which is pretty much there from the start. They can just pick. It just makes it's pretty much just a cheat mode. It's called like Touch of Death or Fists of Death mode, and what it does is it just makes every enemy die in one hit, including the bosses. So you get up to the boss, just instantly. What I love about that is I always love the silly like little screams that the enemies do when you kill them. They're sort of and when you're playing on the Touch of Death mode, you just hear them all the time. It's just like
Just wondering, can you still pick your difficulty on that mode?
Yeah, I actually played it. I played it on hardest, and I still managed to whoop the game without losing a single continue.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because all you'll hear,
Ridiculous.
you can just do a flying kick and just plough through a load of them. Just
Yeah. You know what one of my favourite things in that game is, you know those characters that juggle fire, when you jump kick into them and
They
they
get
just
stuck in the air.
for ages. It's great. And yeah,
I
so
wish I had invincible knees. If someone turns up with a machine gun, it's like, don't worry guys, I got this.
Yeah, I'm going to fly knee his
Just
bullets
get
out of
stuck
the air.
in the air, just taking machine gun bullets to the knee.
Yeah. So I played that quite a bit over the weekend, and I also played this other 3DS game that's been sitting on there since sometime in January when they put it on sale. Is this level 5 game called Attack of the Friday Monsters. It's just kind of like a little. It's like a little story game basically. There isn't a lot of actual gameplay to it. You're just playing as like this 9-year-old kid in I think the 1950s or 60s, and you're just sort of walking around making mates and like collecting monster cards because they're all like what do you call the genre, kaiju fans.
Yeah.
Like like giant monster stuff like Ultraman and Godzilla and that. They're all fans of that, so they're always talking about the TV show that they like.
Gamera's
watching.
my favourite.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the Gamera film, the actual movie, the live action one?
No.
So funny. It would have.
Was that the one with him spinning around the pole and all that kind of stuff? Or was that something else?
No, I'm talking about it's like a 1970s one,
Oh,
like a
wow,
really
okay.
old one. But it would have like the tense sort of techno music on moments where there's no tension and action, and then when there is action, it'll just be silence. It'll be like, just seriously, it'll be like they'll be just talking. It's like Yeah, I heard Gamma was in it.
Or whatever 70s music. Yeah.
It had this one particular song.
Yeah.
No, it just had this one particular song that just went like.
Wow,
And,
ahead of its time.
Either that or it's like Gamma.
Was that like a dub when they just added that stuff? Or
I don't know, but yeah, it was so weird. It would do that when there's people just walking down the street, and then when there's a bit where Gamma is like spinning through the air,
maybe
spitting
they
fire.
wanted the fights to be like really dramatic.
It's just not dramatic. There's nothing dramatic about silence. It's actually like there's sound effects like pew 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 pew
Huh.
pew 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 pew.
Wow.
Pew, 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 pew.
That's weird. But yeah, this game is about it's they're talking about they're always talking about this show that they love that's actually filmed nearby, but then it just so happens that actually be these giant monsters that occasionally walk through this like rural town as well. So like one of the first things you see when you meet up with your mates is this giant footprint in the floor, like Jurassic Park. It's like a big footprint in the floor, and yeah, it's just a really sweet, like atmospheric, really nice looking game, and just like
Level
the
5
sound,
making a
sound
nice
direction.
atmospheric game.
Yeah, it's one of them games you really want to play with headphones in, just to hear all the little noises, like the little Japanese. You can hear like the Japanese
Stalker
TVs.
with headphones.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing. Where there's just so much nice little sounds and stuff. I've only played it for about an hour or so far. Apparently, it's quite a short game, and as I said, there isn't a lot of gameplay to it. You collect like these monster cards, which at some point you get to play like a card game with, but I haven't got to that point yet.
Do you get energy cards as well?
I don't know, but yeah.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, the best experience I've had recently of just playing games in general was I let myself get a bit sleep deprived. Like I sort of, I stayed up for sort of about 35, 40 odd hours, and then I let it get nice and dark out. Turned off all the lights and everything, and then I was just on my own in my room with my headphones in, playing Stalker. Like a bit sleep deprived. Just you just let yourself get into the point where you're just like, what was that?
Yeah, just get really
I don't like
sucked
it.
into the game.
Yeah.
Just make sure that you haven't got speakers blasting at the same time while you're doing it.
Especially when you're playing Replay.
Or Moonwalker.
Michael. Who's bad? Michael. Who's bad? Michael.
Replay, Moonwalker, that's all the same thing.
So other than them 3DS games, I actually got a bunch of games from Japan arrived for the Mega Drive. Ended up picking up quite a few.
Games from Japan.
It's actually, they're actually cheaper. It's cheaper to buy games from Japan than it is to buy British ones now. It's ridiculous. Like PAL Mega Drive games are just disgustingly priced. But one of the games I picked up I got for less than £1, and another one was like £2.50. And because like it wasn't quite as described, like the cover was all sun-faded, it didn't look the same as the photo. He gave me a full refund for that game. So I got that game for nothing. So I guess because it was only £2, he didn't really think anything of it, so he just refunded it anyway. So one of the games I got was Rolling Thunder 2, which just plays a little bit of funky music from. It's a really cool Namco arcade game. It plays a little bit like the original Shinobi game, but with guns, I suppose. Well, yeah, like ninja stars in that. It has that same thing where you can like jump high up to the top floor, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It plays a lot like that.
We were just saying that song that you picked was quite similar to Revenge of Shinobi.
Yeah, it's very Revenge's. There isn't that many songs in it, but it's just got this really cool jazzy.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah, brilliant.
Do jazz.
And, so it's a bit like a mix between Shinobi and elevator action, because it's got that mechanic where you go in the doors to get more weapons and stuff like that, and you can actually just sort of like hide in a door. If there's loads of enemies walking around, you can just sort of like hide in the door for a little while, wait for them to get away. And it's quite a hard game. Like the second level is ridiculous. There's like leopards everywhere. There's like 20 leopards in this level, just all running around, and you have to keep like jumping away to the top to get away from them, and they're all just stalking everywhere. And by the end of the level, you get like a flamethrower to take out this robot thing. But there was this really strange thing that happened in the game. In the first level, there's this bit where you go on top of like this big vehicle, and there's all these canisters, and you jump on them, and you can sort of like drop down inside the canisters. And one of the ones near the end of the row, I jumped in, I went inside it, and I started going I was like, what's going on? I was getting hit. Well, let me finish. So I didn't think anything of it. I just jumped out. I was like, I don't know if that was a glitch or there was acid in it or something. So I just carried on playing. I played it again this morning, and then when I got to that section, I was like, oh, there's that bit where the glitch was. And then I just noticed an enemy's head pop out. And the best bit was, his head popped out, but all you could see was like his arm moving. Just going... like, just occasionally, like... And then he disappeared again. He just kept popping out going... And then sure enough, I jumped in there again. I think I was being molested.
Oh my god.
In this canister.
You got bummed.
There's this enemy in a canister. Every time you play it, it just hides in this canister having a wank, waiting for you to come along so it can rank you. It's so weird.
Oh my god.
That was the weirdest thing in the whole game.
It features opportunistic
the canisters spend their regards.
It's so weird. It's just there. I really like the password system in it as well. If you like game over in a level, it will just let you continue from that point with the password. But the password system is like you have to like pick all these words to make a sentence, and it was something like I don't know. I can't even remember what they were. Like the brave soldier carries the gun or something. I really don't know what they were. Just like these stupid bollocks, like like the fox thing on fonts, that kind of thing.
Oh, the quick brown fox.
Yeah, it was exactly like that. It just
did stuff with the candles.
Yeah. So yeah, that was like the password system in that. It's kind of it really. I don't know why, but it kind of made me feel like this game was like Time Crisis before Time Crisis. Like Rolling Thunder is in the same. I don't want to say canon. The same universe. Like it feels. It's got the same exact feel to it as like the original Time Crisis, but like obviously 16-bit. I don't know why. It just kind of looks like that same kind of.
Oh right.
It all seems to be set in places with like palm trees and like, cool cities, and all the enemies kind of look like they're from some strange cult, like in the first Time Crisis and that kind of thing. So
yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the enemies from Streets of Rage, but I never understood the turtle guys.
Yeah.
It's like you got Vivian from the young ones, and then you got the turtle guys.
Yeah, and you got them guys with the little knives that you walk into.
I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you. I got you in your stomach.
I
sort
of
nicked you with my knife.
Yeah.
You die.
Another game that I played, that one that I actually got the refund for because the cover was all knackered. But the actual cartridge and manual fine was like anyway. You didn't even ask for a photo already, but it was fine. Was this weird puzzle game called Zoom. I think it came out over here as well. It was a really early Mega Drive game. I think it came out in like '89. Right. It's actually based on like an Amiga and Commodore 64 game. I'm not really sure how to describe it. I don't know if you'd really call it a puzzle game. But basically you're this strange little orange creature with giant ears and a tail, and you like sort of ice skate around this grid that sort of like goes into the screen. So it's kind of like Streets of Rage where you've got like the floor that goes into the background, but much further back. And you basically have to fill in all the squares by running around them. And you can get like combos by like linking them all together, and there's like all these weird enemies like green hands and weird microcosm blob things just like moving around the course that you have to avoid, and you can jump over them and you can like throw a stone at him from behind. The first time he did it from one angle, it looked like he was having a shit. He just went because he sort of squats when he does it. But when I saw it from the side, he's actually like throwing a stone using his tail or something. But it does kind of look like he's taking a shit. But the weirdest thing about the game is kind of like the sound direction, because like the music's all pretty normal, most of the sound effects. But every single time you get a combo, it plays this weird voice sample. And I'm not even going to attempt to like imitate it because it's really weird. I actually found the sample, so I'm just going to play it.
Okay.
Every single time you get a combo, so you hear this a lot.
Come on, boy.
Wait.
What?
Come on, boy.
Come on, boy.
So that you can imagine you're playing the game and you're doing really well, and it goes.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Come.
I thought it just sounded like Joe Pasquale.
Boy.
It actually sounds a little bit deeper. It sounds a bit deeper in the actual game as well. But yeah, it just bloody play, and it cuts the music every time it does it as well. So it'll be like diddly-lit, come on boy, diddly-lit, come on boy, come on boy, over and over again. It's ridiculous. It's like after a while, it's got.
Why come on boy?
I have no idea. It's really weird. When I looked up the Amiga version, the sound effects in that were even weirder. Like every time you got a combo of that one, it just like made this sort of like weird noise or something. And there was like 2 versions on the Amiga. There was a commercial version and there was like a shareware version. And in the shareware one, when you die, it goes "fuck you." It was really weird. And yeah, and every time you beat a level, the whole like grid explodes, and it just makes this weird whistling noise over and over. It sort of goes. I can't even. It's really weird. Like everything about this game was just odd. Like the presentation. Yeah, I actually found the game really addictive. Like it's actually got really good like. I don't know, I just really liked it. Just kind of.
Come on, boy.
Yeah, other than the fact that he just said that over and over.
Kind of sounds like a Texan. Come on, boy.
Come on, boy.
Come on, boy. Get them cows in whatever Texan people do.
Yeah.
Just sort of annoy him a bit.
Yeah, that one did actually come out over here as well. The box art for the English version was really frightening, so I'm not surprised no one bought it. I mean, if you've got one of them Sonic posters that most Mega Drive games came with, it's on the back of that where it's got like the game list. I think it's under the puzzle bit. But yeah, like the box art for the Western version, they gave him this really freaky, detailed face, whereas in the Japanese one, they just made him more cutesy. But yeah, very weird little game, but I actually really enjoyed it. I seem to remember seeing it in the past and thinking it just looked really lame and never bothered with it. But playing it now, I actually thought it was really good. The other game that I played from the games that arrived was Twin Cobra, which is a schmuck. Yes. Yeah, not to be confused with Twin Hawk or Dragonball. I think the Japanese version of this is called like Kyoku Tiger or something. Kyoku Twin Cobra. And yeah, this is probably one of the hardest shmups I've played on the Mega Drive. It doesn't have any like difficulty settings, so you just have to lump what you get. You can pick at the start. You can like insert coins, I suppose, like have credits, and it goes up to 14. I could only get up to level 3 with all 14 credits, and I was using cheats to get full powered weapons. Because when I was playing it the first time, because it's one of them games when you blow up, it takes you back a bit, and a bit like Truxton, every time you get blown up, if you blow up too much, they send you further back. But obviously, if you make progress, they sort of like save in certain points. But once you game over one time, once you die one time, you lose all your like upgrades with weapons. Yeah. So it's one of those. So I actually found these cheats that let you fully upgrade the weapons infinitely and restock your bombs every time, because you need to use the bombs a lot. And I don't know if anyone listening to this saw my fine on the Lucky Hit fine, but I absolutely love the bomb noise. It sort of goes boom. It's really cool. It just goes boom. It's really cool, and it just makes this really satisfying, like little basic animation of a massive explosion, just like 2 frames, but it looks so cool. And yeah, really bloody hard. Even with like these cheats, I was just struggling my way through it, but I really like it. I actually think it's becoming one of my favourites on the system.
I was going to say, I've got that problem with Fireshark. When you get to like the later levels and you die because
you
the
lose everything.
Just full of arseholes.
Yeah.
But you also lose the speed upgrade.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
makes you useless for the rest of the stage.
Yeah, so you might as well just quit.
Yeah.
And
just if you want to get through that game, save state.
This game is like that from the start. It's that hard from the start. It's just relentless. But I really liked it. It's one of them shmups where they actually use it's vertical, but it's the full screen rather than having a big lump of the screen for just the score to try and make it look more like a sort of like tape, like vertical screen. They just fill the whole screen up, which I like. I don't like having the screen just like wasted. In the corner. It's kind of lame. But I also went back to another one of my favourite shmups on the Mega Drive, Task Force Harrier EX, and I ended up doing the same thing. I found a cheat. You get like 4 continues in it. I've never been able to beat it on 4 continues. I've played it loads of times. I get up to like level 7, and there's this one like 2-tiered boss I can never beat in that. It's like this plane that turns into a giant disc or something. It's really weird. I've never been able to beat that level. So I found a cheat that gave me 9 continues. I thought, oh, I should be able to beat this on 9. Nope.
It's like a Reno.
I got up, yeah, pretty much. I got up to level, and this is on easy, by the way.
Oh.
This ain't even on normal. The game.
I say you're like, I wouldn't be any good at these.
It's one of them games where like both of these games are like this, where you shoot a bomb off, but the bullets are the same colour as the bomb. So like you blow up a bomb and suddenly you blow up. You're like, what the fuck? Something hit you somewhere. And something really weird about Twin Cobra. All the tanks are like bright yellowy orange. Not very good camouflage. They're a bit like Advance Wars like tanks, all brightly coloured. And, and they look like they've got like weird like beady eyes and a big long nose like the tanks, and they just sort of like just look really silly. They kind of like, what are them things in the Popeye cartoons called? The goons. They look like those. The tanks look like the goons from Popeye. They've just got these weird faces. It's really strange. But yeah, like it's you can be taking out all the big enemies, and one of these tanks would just sneak up behind you, just go boop, and just get you. It's really awkward. And on Task Force Harrier, I lost almost all my continues at level 7 again, and then when I looked at and then I thought that was the last level because it was so hard, and it turned out there's like another 6 levels.
What?
So I was like, there's no way I'm beating this, but I managed to get up to like level 11, and I think there was only a couple levels left, and I ran out of all my continues. I was like, oh, hang on, there's a level skip cheat. So I just level skipped to where I got to, and then with the 4 continues managed to finally beat it. By cheating a lot on it.
I was about to say, you beat it fair and
on easy with cheats.
Fair and spherical.
Yeah, I do want to actually try and beat it properly, but you know, when it's that difficult.
Come on, boy.
I just wanted to see the ending. So yeah, that's what I've been playing this week. Quite a few things.
Excellent.
Yeah. Lots of Mega Drive games. I'm actually really addicted to just playing Mega Drive and trying to buy Mega Drive games. I've got like 150 Mega Drive games. I'm still trying to find more.
I've got one. Toy Story without a box.
Oh wow. That's quite a good game actually. That's bloody hard as well.
Ow!
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 I finished
Jump inside a canister. Ow! 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 Ow!
Oh no. Get off
Yeah.
Buzz.
Yeah. Buzz, look at alien!
Come on, boy.
Well, I'm afraid to say that is all we've got time for this week. We've really rabbited on, haven't we?
Yeah, we have been going on a bit.
As usual.
Yeah, as usual. We never get to a subject anymore, do we?
Yeah.
I would like to talk about one little thing related to the channel. Fuck you, YouTube. Our most popular video, the only one that's gone over 1,000 views, and you decide after over a year to go, oh, we need evidence of that you own, you're allowed to use every cat ins and outs of a cat's arsehole for this video. Like, they asked me if I had the rights to this game. It's a bootleg game, you know, Harry's Legend. It's not an actual licensed game. I explained that to them. Unlicensed bootleg. Well, I didn't say bootleg because they might think, oh, you're pirating, are you? So I just said, yeah, it's an unlicensed, no copyrighted game. There is no copyright on this game. So then they came back, oh, but what about the music at the end of the video? That 5-second clip of some random Mega Drive game that no one has ever re-released since because it was a Batman game and they don't bother anymore. Yeah, what about that? What about that? Do you have the rights to that? Do you have written proof that you're allowed to use that? What about the thumbnail artwork? What about the thumbnail artwork that I drew? Do I have the rights to my own artwork? And like, I told them all this stuff, you know, 5-second clip of it's fair use, blah blah blah. No, still not enough evidence. We need a written consent. Blah blah blah. So basically they've just gone, oh, that's their most popular video. They might, if they're lucky, make a couple pence off that, but we don't want that to happen. We want to take that away from them and not let them do that.
Yeah.
And
that's going to keep happening as well.
If you're not Smosh Game Grumps or then you're not allowed to make any money.
yeah, well, I actually think there was a weird connection between this and something else on the YouTube channel Critical. You know, that guy's like, hey there, this is Critical. Titties, I'm done with this shit, blah blah blah.
Playing
That
this
guy,
game
the really
is like
deadpan
pissing
guy.
razor blades through my ass crack.
He usually just like, I actually quite
I don't
like
know
his
him.
stuff, but I actually don't find him that bad. I think he's quite funny sometimes, but I love the fact that he's really deadpan, and these like game corruption ones are really funny. The one he did of some what was it, Hybrid Heaven on the N64, but it was all corrupted. That was hysterical. But yeah, he put out this video this week of Harry's Legend, and I thought, oh, fair enough, he's doing that game as well. Normally, when he does videos, he just plays them and talks about them. Well, you know, he just reacts to them. He kind of just does like 10-minute Let's Play summaries, like cut up a bit. But for this one, he did like a sort of fake review and like falsely praising it. And I thought,
Exactly like you did.
yeah, it was a bit.
And it's the timing of it. He's done that, and you're now getting.
Yeah, like the day
YouTube.
after that video went up, I got content ID'd on it. It's like,
I
a bit
know
uncomfortable with
I know
that.
it's a year older than
I mean,
Critical's video, but you're ripping them off.
Yeah, I really don't understand. I mean, obviously, he's already got like 300,000 views in a day.
I think,
By
I think
default,
that's what it
being
is. I
really
think it's like
popular.
YouTube sort of guessing that we might get more traffic on the video because of that.
Yeah.
Because people will go, oh look, another Harry's Legend video.
Yeah,
And they're like,
that's-
no 15p for you.
Because when you put in Harry Potter NES, our video is the first thing that comes up, and I'm really proud of that because it's like our most popular video by miles, and I threw that together in a day. But and the other thing is, Critical didn't even really play much of it. He didn't even get to the raping of the heavy trunks. So you know, but you know, I wouldn't have had any problem with it if it was just him playing it. But the fact that he did it for the first time as like a sort of fake review, saying, "Oh yeah." It looks like it's really accurate to the books and all this kind of stuff. It's like,
That is exactly what
you said.
it's so similar. It was kind of. I mean, it's the internet. There's so much shit on the internet. Anyone could easily accidentally like do the same kind of thing. There's a very unlikely chance that that he actually saw the video. There's not much chance of it. But
well, like you say, the first thing that
it's
comes
just
up.
dodgy.
Yeah.
Like the day that happens, the day after that happens, I get content like. Well, they've been sitting on that video for over a year, like just sitting on under review. But yeah, bit annoying.
Yeah, just.
I don't like you, YouTube.
No one likes YouTube at the moment. They're dicking around with everyone.
Yeah, YouTube.
Come on, boy.
I'm just gonna milk that.
Come on, Lewis. I'll tell you what that sounds like. That sounds like Little Cunt.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Little cunt. Oh yeah. The Basildon guy.
Yeah, the Basildon guy.
The Basildon guy. Right, I think we're done today. After that, I just needed that little rant. I just need to get it out of my system.
No, I thought that was
Something
very
happened.
relevant. No worries there.
Yeah.
Fucking gay tube. Nothing wrong with gay people.
Okay.
Just get out of there.
That's
before
what you have
anyone
to do
defends you.
these days.
Thanks for listening, guys. Bye. Oh my god.
Bye.